Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your game by subscribing to our channel so you never miss our daily content. For exclusive access to our premium betting picks, join our Patreon. Find the link in the comments section below. Stay ahead with High Stakes. Massachusetts versus Toledo. We are getting great line value for this game, as this game opened with the Rockets favored by 17.5 points. Do not get worried about the spread lowering as the week goes on, as this feels like square money more than anything. Tucker Gleason has showcased the ability to throw the football extremely well, as he had 3 first-half passing touchdowns. The Minutemen were unable to find the end zone often, as they only recorded 14 points. The UMass secondary does not have the talent to slow down weapons like wide receiver Jerjuan Newton out wide, as he had 5 receptions for 98 yards and a touchdown in Week 1. Go with the Toledo Rockets to cover the spread as the easy bet for this game, as these teams are on 2 completely separate levels. These defenses have showcased the ability to step up, as Massachusetts allowed 28 points in Week 1 while Toledo only gave up 10 points. Last season, these teams put up a combined 65 points. Neither team has a lot of success having a lead running back that can lead the way, so that makes things hard to get significant chunk plays. The kickers are not often discussed in these types of articles, but they play an important role in the total. Jacob Lurie and Dylan Kinanen, the 2 starting kickers for these programs, combined to miss all 4 field goal attempts throughout Week 1. This makes things a lot more interesting, as 4th downs that are on the verge of field goal range now will force the coach to elect to punt and not get points on the board here. All in all, go with under 51.5 total points to hit in this game as the better bet here. Eastern Michigan versus Washington. I've got the Eastern Michigan Eagles covering the spread of plus 24 on Saturday afternoon against the Washington Huskies. The Eagles' big issue in their disappointing 2023 season was their offense, which they have upgraded massively this year, bringing in veterans at every skill position, including from Power 5 conferences, who made the team look really good in Week 1's road victory over UMass. The Huskies should be good again this year, but after an off-season where they lost most of their best players, it remains to be seen what they are capable of in 2024. The AP poll voters have questions, with last year's title runner-up unranked through the first week of the season and an FCS opponent in Week 1 not giving them much of a chance to prove anything. Both teams are good defensively, and while the Huskies should win this game easily, the new and improved Eagles offense should allow them to keep this game within 3 scores. In Saturday's contest between the Eagles and the Huskies in Washington, I have the under of 47.5 total points. Both teams were strong defensively in 2023 and have shown themselves to both be good on the defensive side of the ball through Week 1 in this season, allowing a combined 17 points between the 2 sides. While Eastern Michigan's offense looks to be improved from last season via their transfers, the same cannot be said of Washington, who lost most of their offensive starters following the run to the title game last year. Replacing a top 10 draft pick at QB in Michael Penix is tough, and it remains to be seen how close Will Rogers can come to filling those shoes. The serious questions about UW's revamped offense this season make the under the safe play here. Northern Illinois versus Notre Dame. Northern Illinois' season is going to be interesting, but started strong with a dominant 54-15 home win over the Western Illinois Leathernecks. Quarterback Ethan Hampton, with 328 passing yards and an outstanding 5 passing touchdowns, has been a bright spot. His 98.1 QBR is 3rd in college football thus far as well. The Huskies' offense were able to dominate, and it helped as they had 706 total yards of offense in the game. The Huskies had an amazing rushing attack, with 312 rushing yards, and were led by running back Ontario Brown with 69 rushing yards, and 7 different players had 10-plus rushing yards for the team. Combined with the passing attack makes the team one of the most dominant offenses in all of Week 1. Defensively, NIU was able to step up as they allowed just 15 total points on 298 total yards. They were able to limit the amount of offense against them as they held Western Illinois to go 3-for-12 on 3rd down opportunities. It will be difficult to see them having as dominant of a game as they did in this matchup. Notre Dame has one of the most dominant programs entering the 2024 college football season, and they were able to win on the road over the Texas A&M Aggies 23-13. Quarterback Riley Leonard struggled to get going in his first game with the program as he went 18 of 30 for 158 yards, but did not throw a touchdown or an interception. While the passing game was not one of the team's strengths in Week 1, their running game was elite. In 34 rushing attempts, they tallied 198 yards, 5.8 yards per carry. They were led by running back Jeremiah Love, who had 14 rushes for 91 yards with a rushing touchdown. With the team's elite running game, they were able to do well offensively as a whole. Notre Dame's defense, allowing 13 points in the game, showcases their ability to do well against elite competition. The Fighting Irish forced a pair of interceptions and limited Connor Weigman to just 100 passing yards and 246 total yards as a team. It is going to be difficult to find a team with a more dominant defensive showing. This game opened with the Fighting Irish favored by 30 points, which is giving us a bit more value at this point as the line decreased a bit. Notre Dame showcased the ability to dominate throughout the season and have better talent throughout their roster. The Fighting Irish has been one of the best pass defenses as they allowed 100 passing yards in Week 1 of the game. Jeremiah Love showcased the ability to run the ball effectively as well against a tougher defense. While the Huskies can score a couple of touchdowns, they are not going to be able to here. All in all, go with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to cover the spread here in their home opener. This is going to be tough to believe in the teams reaching 44.5 total points. The value is essentially lost after the game opened at 46.5 total points, but this still feels a bit too high. We just saw this Fighting Irish team struggle offensively, and it did not look great as they finished Week 1 going just 2 for 12 on third down attempts. Ethan Thompson is not going to have another game where he throws for 5 touchdowns right now, as this Notre Dame pass defense allowed 100 total yards and had a pair of interceptions. Expect this game to be low scoring, so go with under 44.5 total points to be the better play in this matchup here. Charlotte versus North Carolina. I am taking North Carolina against their in-state opponents, the Charlotte 49ers, at minus 22.5 on Saturday. The 49ers are abysmal right now, going just 3-9 in 2023, and things are not off to a better start this season either. Charlotte got crushed at home in Week 1, losing by 23 points against JMU and managing to just put 7 points on the board despite having some high-profile transfers at key skill positions. UNC is something of a question mark themselves, with Drake May graduating and Max Johnson going down with an injury in Week 1, but they managed to pull off a nice road win against a Big Ten team in their season opener and should be able to crush Charlotte at home on Saturday. I've got the under of 46.5 points on Saturday between these two North Carolina schools. Charlotte failed to reach double digits in their season opener against another G5 opponent and is coming off of a 3-win season. Their transfers at the QB and RB positions may well pay off in time, but as of now they do not look ready to compete against a strong opponent in UNC and should struggle to put points on the board again in this one. UNC's offense is a question mark as well coming into this one, now on their third QB in their last 3 games dating back to last season. Charlotte is a sieve on defense, so UNC should be able to score enough to win this one handily, but Connor Harrell is making his first career start here, and it's unclear if he'll be capable of running up the score. The under is the easy call here.